What is going on, everyone? My name is Alpha, and today we're back with another Pokemon Challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon Platinum, and today's challenge will be, can we beat Pokemon Platinum using only in-game event Pokemon? Now, obviously, there's a vague term. There's no meaning behind that term, so I'm gonna explain to you what it actually means. So there are in-game events that happen at specific times throughout the game. Specific Pokemons appear during these special criteria. I'm going to be stuck using a team of only those throughout a game of Pokemon Platinum. Now, there are 3 that I consider actual special event Pokemon that doesn't count as a mythical or a very legendary Pokemon. Obviously, I don't want to include static legendaries like Giratina or the Lake Trios. I'm going to involve a Drifloon, Rotom, and as well as Spiritomb. All of these are available to catch on my team. Obviously, anything else I don't want to consider actually a Pokemon that is an in-game event Pokemon. And also, gift Pokemons don't really count as Pokemon. I have to be able to catch them to be in-game event because it's happening, you know. So those are the rules. I can't evolve everything. Cannot use items in battle. I'm allowed 8 gem slaves because I need 8 gem slaves to beat the game. So to preface, I am not able to get my first Pokemon into a little while, so we're gonna actually have to go through the game using a Turtwig to start off the game. This is not gonna be on my team. This Turtwig will be my HM slave going forward, but I just need to clear through the introduction part before we get into the actual nitty-gritty of the in-game event Pokemon that we're allowed to catch. Now I'm just gonna grind up Turtwig and we're gonna work with it, clear through the first gym very easily, and then head back. Just clear through everything, all the introduction stuff. Once we head into Valley Windworks, we're gonna actually beat the Perugly there, and once we beat Mars, we're able to spawn in the very first Pokemon that we can catch, which is a Drifloon. Drifloon appears in Valley Windworks every Friday after you beat Mars for this first time. So once you get that, you could just encounter Drifloon and catch it for yourself, and that is the first Pokemon on our team, and that is the only Pokemon on our team for now. Since I am nicknaming all my Pokemon after people who leave comments, so if you guys want to be nicknamed, just leave a nickname down below that you want to be called in the comment section below, and I hopefully will pick you. That'll be my Drifloon's name throughout the run. Very close to losing in this double battle fight. Luckily it didn't, and it's close to evolving already, so it's lucky for us. We got some decent levels on this Drifloon, and once we head into Eterna City, there will be a grass gym waiting for us. I know this grass gym is going to be a bit annoying because it can paralyze us a few times, but now we're going to head into Gardena. So to start against Eterna City's Gardena, I'm going to start with my Drifloon, and I'm going to gust down the Turtwig. It does a lot. It puts up a Reflect. It's getting Super Potion. It's doing a lot. My Drifloon would knock out the Turtwig very easily. The Charon comes out. I'm gonna knock that thing down as well. 2 shots would knock it out, and that should be it. The Roserade comes out, and of course the Roserade cannot do too much. It's gonna magical relief me, but I mean that's about it can really do. I'm gonna gust it and knock it out, and we're done with the second gym. Technically our first gym with a Pokemon, but you know, it's alright. I didn't know Drifloon evolves this early in the game. It evolves at 28, which is surprising. So I'm very close to evolving to a Drifloon. I'm gonna actually head back into Eterna City Forest. At nighttime, I'm able to interact with this TV in this mansion, and Rotom would appear. So once we beat Eterna City's gym, we're able to do that, and we're gonna head back. So we have 2 Pokemon on our team, both Ghost types. Not the best, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. So next we're gonna head into the mini boss against Jupiter, and Jupiter is gonna be a bit annoying. We actually lose the first time, so we come back with a new strategy. This time we're gonna use Minimize on a Drifloon. We're gonna minimize, and hopefully none of their Pokemon's gonna attack me. I did get hit a few times by the Zubat, but that's fine. A Skuntank comes out and it just completely misses the attack, and we beat Jupiter. From there we're gonna get the bike and then head down Cycling Road, and then head into Hearthome City, where we're going to start training up our Pokemon a bit more. We're also going to get the odd keystone from this Dojo Master in the corner of this route, which is strange. That's going to be useful for our next event Pokemon, but firstly we're going to head into Fantina's Ghost Gym. Both our Pokemons are Ghost types, however we don't have a really good Ghost move to handle any of these Pokemon. I sent out my Drifblim against Fantina's Duskull. Knocks it out pretty easily, but then the Miss Magius kind of scares me. Luckily, I actually sacrificed my Rotom to be able to dish out a bit of damage. And then my Drifblim will finish it off with an Ominous Wind. And then Haunter comes out. Haunter won't do too much to me. It Sucker Punch me. Does a bit. Crits me. Fantina is done from that. We're gonna beat our rival here, and we're gonna do some tinkering. And somehow, I couldn't get this to work for a long time. I couldn't get a Spiritomb to appear for the longest time, but eventually I get Spiritomb to appear. The criteria to get a Spiritomb takes a lot. Like in actual games, you have to meet like 35 people underground. Like I've never met a single person underground. I'm not gonna sit around and find 35 people, let alone with the Nintendo service cut off a long time ago. I don't think I'm gonna find anyone. Luckily, I caught the Spiritomb, and from there I'm gonna start training it up. Spiritomb, unfortunately, is a very slow Pokemon, unlike my other two Pokemon. My Pokemon are just unique all around. Spiritomb, very good. Spiritomb, pretty decent offense-wise. Pretty bulky, very slow. Drifloon, very bulky but fast. A lot of HP, not that good. Rotom, very fast, good special attack, just not really good defense-wise. So everyone kind of counters each other. So once we head into the fighting gym, we're gonna be set easily because we're all ghost types. And unluckily, I get Foresight and get knocked out. So that's me bragging about it, and I get slapped up. Anyways, we head into the fight against Maylene with her foot out. Someone has a foot fetish in Nintendo. Sorry to call you guys out. Anyways, my Rotom would knock out the Meta-type easily. My Spiritomb would knock out the Machoke very easily, and then Lucario will actually knock out my Spiritomb somehow, and then my Drifloon will knock out the Lucario, and we get the 4th badge of the game. We're gonna help Dawn over there with her Pokédex troubles, and then head into Pastoria City, where we meet with the 5th gym of the game. And I'm not gonna lie, this should be pretty easy for us. So we're gonna head into Crash Awake. Crash Awake can start with a Gyarados. My Rotom has this move called Shockwave. I learned to level it up, so it will knock it out. I would assume it would knock it out, but it didn't knock it out. I guess the Gyarados could just live 4 times weak moves nowadays. It tries to learn Substitute, it does not. I choose not to learn it. And then I'm gonna send out my Drifloon to do a little bit of damage on the float. So it doesn't do enough, but luckily my Spiritomb comes out, luckily puts it to sleep, and then knock it out with 2 Ominous Winds, and that is done for that. Quagsire comes out. I decided to use my Rotom. I'm just trying to do chip damage to it, but apparently I got a boost with Ominous Wind, and now I'm just gonna knock it out myself, which is crazy. I mean, Ominous Wind is kind of cool move. You get boosts like crazy. Speaking of boost, we're gonna boost around Pastoria City and find this Team Rocket Grunt, and then head into Celestial Town. It helps Cynthia's grandmother. We're gonna fight Cyrus for the first time. Not gonna lie, Cyrus is pretty scary. Almost beats me down. Luckily Spiritomb clutches things up and knock him out. And then we're gonna head into Candlelit City. We're gonna beat our rival down pretty easily. Like, our team is pretty handily able to knock him out. However, when we head into the Steel Gym, our Ghost type moves are kind of the worst things I can have on my team because they don't do too much. The only thing I could beat easily is the Bronzor the trainers have. I have an electric Pokemon, so it's not doing too much. So what I decided to do is that my Spiritomb learned a new move called Nasty Plot. My Drifloon also has a new move called Stockpile and Baton Pass. So what I do here is use Minimize as much as I can, get my evasion up on the Magneton, and then Baton Pass and Stockpile up as much as I can. And then Baton Pass into my Spiritomb. Then I'm able to Nasty Plot up as much as I can, and then knock him out easily with the Ominous Wind. And then I mean you could call it cheap, but they work together. They work hand in hand. I can't knock out the Bastiodon in one hit because it's too much defense, but then I'll knock it out with a Dream Eater, and we beat Byron. Luckily for that, jeez, we found a strategy that we can use as a failsafe. And then from here, we're going to start training up our Drifloon because he's kind of lacking in levels. He might be the most useful teammate, but he's kind of the weakest as well. From here, we're going to beat up Mars and beat up Saturn. And then we're going to head into Snowpoint City's gym, where I completely demolish your team, like, very easily. Super easy. Like, Candace versus me, she's going to start with a Sneasel. I'm going to start off with my Rotom. I don't know why. I'm going to Confuse Ray it, and then it's going to Feint Attack me. It does a lot of damage. I'm kind of scared. So I use Ominous Wind. Doesn't do too much. It raises all my stats, and then it hits itself in confusion, and I'm like, okay, this is time. Shockwave knocks it out, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm just gonna sweep her. Ominous Winds the Frostlass, gets another boost. I'm like, okay, this is impeccable. So we knock out both her threatening Pokemon, Sneasel and the Frostlass, and then I live a Wood Hammer from the Abomasnow, and I Shockwave down the Abomasnow and knock it out. And finally, her final Pokemon will be Piloswine. Piloswine will actually knock me out. I don't know why is it not a Mamoswine. Just stop babying us. Give us a Mamoswine. Give us a Weavile on our team. The remakes better have these Pokemon. Like, they can't just, like, you gotta give me a Mamoswine to fight against in the remake. Like, I'm being, like, serious. Like, you gotta give me cool Pokemons to fight against. Like, oh my god, it's so annoying that there's still unevolved Pokemons this late in the game. Anyways, we're gonna head through the Team Rocket hideout. I thought this is where I could change Rotom's form, but then I realized it's Platinum, where you need a secret mystery event to get it. So I'm like, I'm kind of annoyed by that, but it's whatever. We go through the Team Galactic hideout, clear through all of it, get our HP heal, and then we're gonna head into Cyrus, where I get a new move called Discharge, and I completely destroy his team with Discharge. Oh my god, Rotom is fantastic. I love it. I almost died to Crobat, but we destroy his team. And then we're gonna beat Saturn one more time. I don't know why Saturn just let me hit the button after I beat him, but you know what? You do you, Saturn. I appreciate that. I'm also gonna get some TMs from the game corner. We're gonna get Thunderbolt for our. Even though we just got Discharge, Thunderbolt is such a better move for our Rotom, and TM29 Psychic is it's a better move than Dream Eater and Hypnosis for my Spiritomb, especially when I have Dark Pulse now. So I mean, my team is better, well equipped now than ever, and we're gonna head into the Spirit Pillar. We're gonna beat down Mars and Jupiter one more time, get another level, and then we're gonna head into the Distortion world, and we're gonna do this puzzle easy peasy. I swear, this was so much harder as a kid. I got lost like forever. Like, I had to go, like, I had to rewind a Super Skarmory video, and then I have to watch exactly what he does every time. Like, every time I have to watch exactly what he does to get through it. Now I could get through it in like a few seconds, honestly. So we head into our final Cyrus fight, and Cyrus can start off with his Houndoom. I'm gonna start off with my Drifloon. I'm gonna get burned, and then I'm gonna Baton Pass into my Spiritomb. Luckily, luckily it doesn't hit me at all. I get the nasty plots up all the way, and I just Dark Pose it, and it's knocked out, and it's dead. And from there, it's pretty much easy peasy. Honchkrow comes out, misses Dropek, it's gone. Gyarados gets knocked out, Crobat gets knocked out, Weavile, same fate. And I decided to push my luck. I decided for the first time I'm gonna be bold enough to fight Giratina. It gets its boost. I don't like that. It gets its boost, and it got kind of scary. But luckily, my Drifloon held on and beat down the Giratina. And now we're gonna head into Sunny Shore City, which will be the electric gym of the game against Volkner. We're gonna clear through him pretty easily. We're gonna head into the fight against Volkner, and I'm kind of scared because I'm running out of PP. But that's the only reason I'm scared. He should have had a Magnezone. Why doesn't he have a Magnezone? I'm gonna start off with my electric type myself. I'm gonna start off with my Rotom. I get the boost. It's pretty clear what's gonna happen here. No, I'm kidding. I can't use Thunderbolt against the Jolteon, and it can switch out anyway. So I'm like, oh, well, damn. I send out my Drifloon. I'm gonna get set up and then sweep his entire team with my Spiritomb. I was gonna try something different, but it's an electric gym. I can't really do much against it. But from there, we're gonna head through Victory Road, and then we're gonna head into the Elite Four. We're gonna clap down Barry very easily, and then we're gonna head into the first Elite Four chamber, which is Aaron. I decided to put Charge Beam on my Rotom. Because every time I hit something, I have a chance to boost my special attack, and Rotom's pretty fast, and it could knock out things pretty easily. And exactly that happened. Rotom decides to sweep everything very easily and knock out his entire team. So Bertha comes out as the second runner of the game. I decided to minimize and then Baton Pass into my Spiritomb and knock out the rest of his team. Unfortunately, at points I actually don't outspeed them and they hit me, so there is some troubles there, but luckily I got through it and beat her team. And then we're gonna go into Flint. Flint is gonna be a different prospect. He's gonna be annoying. Luckily I get a boost up with my Charge Beam, and then I can knock out his Houndoom with a Thunderbolt, and from there I'm just gonna slowly try to whittle down his team. Unfortunately, the Flareon decides to be a douche and just lift my Thunderbolt, so I'm like, okay, whatever. I gotta put in the strategy real quick. Baton Pass into my Spiritomb, get all the boosts I need, all the minimized boosts, nasty plot up, and then that should be it. That should be game. It burns me, of course it burns me. Always gotta burns me. No, I gotta speed up the process. Luckily, Dark Pulse, I have a Dread Plate on my Spiritomb, so Dark Pulse will knock out the entire team, and that is done with Flint. Next up is Lucian. Lucian's gonna be a bit annoying because I'm kind of scared what he wants to do. I try to get set up with my Rotom. I started using Charge Beam against this Mr. Mime and all. It just gets annoying at some point. Like, I just don't want to do this because he has Light Scream and all that, so I'm just gonna knock it out. And then once I knock it out, it puts me at low HP. Luckily, Ominous Wind will take care of the Espeon easily, and unfortunately the Bronzong is just too tough for me. It doesn't want to get knocked out and knocks me out, unfortunate. As well, I mean, I was getting too cocky with my Drifloon strategy that it actually knocks me out with a crit. And I'm like, oh no, Spiritomb has to do this by himself. Luckily, it outspeeds the Bronzong, knocks it out. The Glade isn't able to knock me out. I even get a boost, so luckily for that. And then I survive the Leaf Blade, knock out the Glade, and finally his Alakazam comes out. He decides to use Energy Ball on me. I live it with 11 HP and knock him out. And that is it for Lucian. Lucian's always giving me trouble, but luckily for this time he didn't. And then I'm gonna heal back my Pokemon, go into Cynthia, and then I'm gonna do the strategy. I'm gonna beat her down easily with the strategy. But I want to do a Ditto fight, Spiritomb versus Spiritomb. My Spiritomb comes off top. We both use Dark Pulse, but my Dark Pulse is a bit stronger, and you know it's gonna knock her out. From there, she can send out her Lucario. I'm gonna send out my Drifloon. She does have Shadow Ball, so I'm gonna Baton Pass as fast as I can. It still hits me with Shadow Ball, which is kind of annoying, but from here I'm just gonna knock her out. And then I mean, what's her team gonna do? What's her team really gonna do? I'm a Dark Post down the Milotic. I'm a Dark Post down the Togekiss. It has Shockwave, but it's not gonna do enough. I'm a Dark Post down the Garchomp, and of course the Roserade comes out. It's gonna Toxic me somehow, but then I'm gonna knock it out with Psychic, and that is game. We've beat the game with only in-game event Pokemons, and I mean, it was a pretty easy challenge. We got that strategy down with the Drifloon, but it was a fun challenge nonetheless. I get to use some Pokemons I didn't get to really use ever on a team, and it was fun playing through the game. So, I mean, hope you guys try this for yourself. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas, and also subscribe if you guys are not already. My name is Alpha, and I hope you guys all had a great day. I'm out. Peace.